In a twist of fate, Noah discovered that his soulmate, Mia, couldn't love a bald man, hiding his baldness under a wig. He sailed through a sea of love and insecurity, until a secret revealed turned his fairy tale into a public story of humiliation and disdain. But what happens when the transformation you think will save your love actually tears it apart even more? In a small town, where secrets are rare and personal stories intertwine like vines in a community garden, the Central Hospital stands not only as a bastion of healing, but as the epicenter of the social and emotional life of its inhabitants. In this setting, where every face is familiar and every smile tells a story, Mia and Noah's journey began. Woven with threads of dedication and compassion that distinguished them as more than just nurses, Noah, at 28, was the embodiment of determination. His love of medicine transcended the routines of the hospital, propelling him to pursue a degree in medicine. His days were a tireless marathon, divided between exhausting shifts and in-depth studies, fueled by the conviction that he could do more, be more, for Noah. Each patient was a reminder of why he had chosen this arduous but rewarding path. His colleagues saw him as a beacon of hope, someone whose passion for healing was as evident as the dawn after a long night. Mia, on the other hand, at the age of 25, was the soul of the Central Hospital. Her touch was as healing as the medicines she administered, and her presence brought a soft light to the hospital's often tense corridors. Raised in the same small town, Mia had a natural ability to connect with her patients, offering not only medical care, but also comfort and empathy. She knew the life stories of many of the people who came in, and treated everyone, from the old postman to the young teacher at the local school, with a warmth that transformed the clinical environment into something almost familiar. It was at this crossroads of destinies that Mia and Noah met. Initially, their interactions were professional, marked by exchanges of information and mutual assistance in procedures and patient care. Over time, however, their mutual respect blossomed into something deeper. They shared secret smiles over cups of coffee during quick breaks, exchanged personal stories on silent night shifts, and found comfort in each other's presence. After particularly difficult days, the small town, with its quiet streets and tree-lined squares, became the perfect setting for their budding romance. They were often seen walking side by side after their shifts, immersed in conversations that ranged from everyday trivia to dreams and aspiration for the future. The community, always attentive, watched with a mixture of curiosity and affection, silently rooting for those two hearts that somehow seemed destined to beat together. In this fabric of care, empathy, and nascent love, Mia and Noah found something rare and precious. They became more than colleagues, more than friends. They became soulmates, united by a common calling and the shared belief that, at the end of the day, love and compassion are the greatest medicines. As the romance between Mia and Noah blossomed, the corridors of Central Hospital became witness to a love story that seemed to grow stronger. With every challenge they faced together, they became a safe haven for each other, finding moments of peace and contentment even on the most chaotic of days. Their bond was forged not only in moments of tenderness, but also in the strength shared during emergencies and crises. When they worked side by side, their hands and hearts in unison, mutual admiration was the basis of their relationship. Mia was captivated by Noah's tireless dedication, by his ability to bring hope even in the darkest situations. Noah, in turn, was inspired by Mia's unwavering compassion, by her ability to treat each patient as if they were a member of her own family. Together, they were a force to be reckoned with, a living reminder of the power of empathy and dedication in caring for others. However, beneath the surface of this blossoming love, Noah hid an insecurity that grew like a silent shadow: his baldness. A reality he had long since come to terms with, became a source of deep fear as his relationship with Mia deepened. He had noticed, in fleeting moments, Mia's discomfort with the idea of bald men. These occasions were rare and brief, but enough to sow doubt in Noah's heart. Motivated by the fear of losing Mia over something as superficial as appearance, Noah made the decision to hide his baldness under a wig. Every day with the wig was a day gained in Noah's eyes, but also an additional weight on his shoulders, a constant reminder of the secret he was keeping. The decision to propose to Mia was a moment of joy, tinged with anxiety for Noah. He knew that in order to build a future together, He could no longer hide the truth, armed with courage. He revealed his secret, hoping that the love they shared would be strong enough to overcome such superficiality. However, Mia's reaction was something Noah couldn't have predicted, feeling betrayed and deceived. She turned to social media, where Noah's humiliation was amplified to an audience far beyond their small community. The public exposure was devastating for Noah, who saw his worst fear materialize not only in Mia's rejection, but in the merciless judgment of others. Mia's betrayal cut deeper than any surgeon's blade, leaving a wound in Noah's heart that was harder to heal than any physical ailment. He had exposed himself at his most vulnerable, only to have his trust broken and his love questioned. In the aftermath of the public humiliation, Noah found himself at a crossroads of pain and introspection. The exposure on social media had been like a cruel mirror, reflecting not only his insecurity, but also the fragility of his relationship with Mia. However, instead of walking away, Noah clung to the spark of love he still felt for Mia, a flame that refused to extinguish despite the icy wind of rejection. In an act of love and desperation, Noah saw hair implant surgery not just as a solution to his baldness, but as a bridge to regaining Mia's love. He believed, perhaps naively, that by molding himself to Mia's aesthetic ideal, he could erase the mistakes of the past and rebuild what had been broken. The decision to undergo surgery was fraught with hope and fear, a physical and emotional commitment that tested the limits of his own sense of identity. The surgery itself was a technical success, a testament to modern medicine and its ability to transform. Noah emerged from the procedure not only with a new head of hair, but also with a renewed sense of optimism. In the days that followed, as he recovered, he harbored the hope that his transformation would be the key to winning Mia back and restoring harmony to their relationship. However, as the wedding drew closer, a palpable tension began to form between them. Mia, who had initially reacted to Noah's change with a complex mixture of surprise and relief, began to withdraw emotionally. Conversations became superficial, meetings less frequent, and the sparkle that had once lit up her eyes when she looked at Noah began to fade. On the eve of her wedding, with the final preparations underway and the small town buzzing with anticipation, Mia sought Noah out. In her eyes, Noah saw a sea of conflict and sadness. With words that felt like soft but devastating blows, Mia confessed that, despite Noah's physical transformation, she couldn't see him as the man she had fallen in love with. Her statement was a painful paradox. It wasn't the presence or absence of hair that shaped her perception of Noah, but something deeper, perhaps irreparably altered by the revelation of his secret and the way he had chosen to face it. For Noah, this moment was a climax not only of their relationship, but of his own journey of self-knowledge. He had gone to great lengths to conform to an ideal, only to discover that true love cannot be conditioned by physical appearance. Mia's final rejection was a cruel blow, but also an awakening, a painful invitation for Noah to reevaluate what really mattered in his life and in his heart. After the devastating end of his relationship with Mia, Noah found himself at an existential crossroads, his former life in ruins. The small town that had once been the setting for their romance and shared dreams now resounded with the echo of their loss. It was in this moment of profound vulnerability that Noah decided to make a radical change. He chose to leave behind not only the painful memories, but also the city that contained them, seeking refuge and renewal in new horizons. Moving to a distant city was both an escape and a quest for Noah. There, he immersed himself in his work and studies, channeling all the pain and passion into his goal of becoming a doctor. Medicine, which had always been his vocation, now became his sanctuary, a place where he could rebuild himself away from the shadows of the past. In the years that followed, Noah devoted himself fervently to his education and training, emerging not only as a doctor, but as an innovative researcher in the field of curing baldness. His own experience with baldness and hair implant surgery, along with the emotional trauma that followed, provided him with a unique perspective and deep motivation. He was determined to find solutions that could help others face their insecurities and challenges with more dignity and less pain. Noah became a respected figure in his new community and in the medical field. His work in the area of curing baldness gained recognition, not only for his technical innovation, but also for his compassionate approach. He knew better than most that issues of self-image and self-esteem went far beyond the surface, and that true healing required an empathetic understanding of his patient's inner struggles. On his journey, Noah also found healing for himself. The pain of rejection and the humiliation he had suffered became integral parts of his story. But they didn't define his future. Instead, he turned them into levers for personal and professional growth, using his experiences to fuel his passion and empathy in his medical practice. The outcome of Noah's story is not marked by a dramatic reunion with Mia or a fairy tale reconciliation, but by a quiet and significant personal victory. He has found purpose and passion in his career, a new life built on the foundations of resilience, self-knowledge, and dedication to others. Noah learned that although we can't always control the stories life writes for us, we do have the power to rewrite them, finding beauty and meaning even in the scars left by the most painful experiences.